You're probably familiar with the English expression that you know something like the back of your hand, meaning you're familiar with the place. In Czech, however, we're not familiar with our hand, but our shoes. Dobrý den, my name is Zuzka, and in this video I'm going to show you 10 common English idioms and how they work in Czech. I picked those that are commonly used both in English and work in Czech as well. As you can imagine, some of them will be translated quite differently. So let's get started. Jdeme na to! Ahoj! Vítejte na mém kanále Czech by Zuzka, kde vám pomocí angličtiny vysvětluju českou gramatiku. We're going to start with different languages and cultures. In English, when you want to express that you don't understand a certain topic, you can say, "It's all Greek to me." In Czech, we don't use the word Greek at all. We refer to something that we cannot understand as a Spanish village. It's all Greek to me is je to pro mě španělská vesnice. Je to pro mě španělská vesnice. Meaning, it's a Spanish village for me. Je to pro mě španělská vesnice. There might be slight variations. You could say to je pro mě španělská vesnice, or you could say tohle je pro mě španělská vesnice. This is a Spanish village for me. In English, you often say pardon my French right before you're about to say something slightly more vulgar. So right before a profanity, you would say pardon my French, and then you would say that word. In Czech, we don't have anything against French. We simply say something like, excuse my language, s prominutím, which would be with apologies. You could say, promiňte mi ten výraz, forgive me that expression, but there are more other ways because this is not an idiom at all in Czech. We would just describe that we're sorry for saying that word. Promiňte mi to slovo. Forgive me that word. Promiňte, že to řeknu takhle. Sorry that I would say it like this. Or you could also say, nechci být sprostý, ale I don't mean to be rude, but. So all these options and more are a way of expressing pardon my French. But there's nothing about French involved. S prominutím, promiňte mi ten výraz, and all kinds of variations. Our next common idiomatic expression is kill two birds with one stone. For instance, if you have to do two things and you don't have much time, you want to be efficient, you think of a smart way of putting them together and save some time. In Czech, it's quite similar, although we don't kill two birds and we don't use a stone specifically. We kill two flies with one blow, with one hit. Zabít dvě mouchy jednou ranou. Zabít dvě mouchy, two flies, with one blow, rána. That's the nominative form. Rána has nothing to do with morning, but it's a hit. Rána, hit or a blow. Jednou ranou, this is the instrumental. You're literally saying by one blow. You could say zabijeme, we will kill two birds. Zabiju dvě mouchy jednou ranou. Půjdu se učit ven. I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna study outside. If the weather is nice, you want to go out, but you also need to study. So you're gonna connect these two things. Další. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. I forgot to mention that now we've moved on to the animals, either in both languages or in one of them only. In English, we talk about chickens, but in Czech, we don't refer to any animal at all. Neříkej hop, dokud nepřeskočíš. Neříkej hop, dokud nepřeskočíš. Hop, meaning like you're about to jump. Don't say hop until you have jumped over. Přeskočit is to jump over. Neříkej hop, dokud nepřeskočíš. They both say if something is not 100% yet, do not count on this situation. That was the last straw, or that was the straw that broke the camel's back. When the situation has become so bad gradually, little by little, and that last action really did it. And you decide you don't want to deal with this anymore. It was the last straw. In Czech we have the last drop. Poslední kapka. No camels involved. Poslední kapka. The last drop. To byla poslední kapka. That was the last drop. An interesting idiom. Curiosity killed the cat. In English, you say this if you want to warn someone of dangers of investigating something or simply of prying, asking questions when it doesn't concern you. This is not your business. You could get hurt if you keep asking and trying to find more information. Curiosity killed the cat. In Czech, we don't have an idiom, we have a saying, a very straightforward saying. Kdo se moc ptá, moc se dozví. We are implicitly saying, the one who asks too much will learn too much. If you want to find out about a certain situation, you might end up knowing something you didn't even want to know, and it's dangerous or uncomfortable for you. Kdo se moc ptá, moc se dozví. You can even say this if your friend is asking too much and you don't want to talk, you just say, kdo se moc ptá, moc se dozví. And there is another variation, which is, I would say, more common among children. If you don't want to answer someone's questions, you simply say, kdo je zvědavý, bude brzo starý. The one who's curious will be old soon or quickly. It would be something like, neptej se, kdo je zvědavý, bude brzo starej. We prefer to use the zvědavej, starej, the informal endings. Kdo se moc ptá, moc se dozví. Kdo je zvědavý, bude brzo starý. One more idiom referring to an animal in Czech this time. Speak of the devil, speaking of the devil, is something we say when we mention someone's name and that person just walks in or calls or suddenly shows up. In Czech we say, my o vlku a vlk za dveřmi. Talk about the wolf. We don't even mention the verb, so it's literally we about wolf and the wolf behind the door. My o vlku a vlk za dveřmi. Usually we leave this part out, but that would be the complete phrase. Sometimes you could even say a vlk za humny. Za humny is in the backyard. It's an old word. We don't use that in Czech anymore. My o vlku, that's enough. Know something like the back of your hand. I already mentioned that. In Czech, we refer to our shoes. We say, znám to jako své boty. Znát něco jako své boty. I know it like my shoes. So usually you refer to a place. Plzeň znám jako své boty. I know Plzeň like my shoes, like the back of my hand. Break a leg. If you wish someone good luck, you can say break a leg. And in Czech it's very similar, except we don't break a leg, we break a neck. Although vas is not exactly the neck, is the back of the neck here, where the neck connects to your spine. So you're literally saying break the back of your neck. Zlom vas, zlom vas. Break a leg, zlom vas. Every cloud has a silver lining. You probably know what it means. When a situation doesn't seem optimistic, you hope that something good will come out of this eventually. Všechno zlé je k něčemu dobré. We're not so poetic here. We just say that all the bad things are good for something. Všechno zlé je k něčemu dobré. So let's practice. I prepared 5 short situations. They're usually dialogues. And one of the phrases always includes this idiomatic expression that we just saw. Let's divide it into 2 parts because they wouldn't fit here. Let's see the first 3 phrases here, the 3 situations. Your task is to translate the missing parts, and those are the idioms. Pause the video and work on this. And let's check it. Číslo 1. Proč jdeš dneska do práce pěšky? Potřebuju se trochu hýbat a stejně musím do kanceláře. Můžu zabít 2 mouchy jednou ranou. I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Můžu zabít 2 mouchy jednou ranou. Číslo 2. V tom obchodě pracují s prominutím sami pitomci. S prominutím, excuse my French, pardon my French. Or you could say, promiňte mi to slovo, promiňte mi ten výraz. Many options. Číslo 3. Celý týden jsem Hanku neviděla. Aha, my o vlku. Zrovna je tady. Okay, now the last two. Same thing. Pause the video so you have enough time for this. And let's check it. Číslo 4. Potřebuješ navigaci? Ne, žiju tady už 10 let. Znám tohle město jako svoje boty. Jako svoje boty. Often you can also have a more informal way. Jako svý boty. A číslo 5. Nakonec jsem nedostal tu práci, co jsem chtěl. To je škoda, ale všechno zlé je k něčemu dobré. Třeba přijde ještě něco lepšího. Okay, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed these idioms. Which one did you like the most? Or do you have another favorite idiom in Czech or in English that you would like to share with others? Write it in the comments. To je ode mě všechno. Mějte se krásně a na viděnou za týden. See you next week. Ahoj!